All human beings are victims of the ever-worsening situation of global warming. And the Inuit, who live in the vicinity of the Arctic Circle, are the first to be affected. The polar island they live is becoming smaller and is likely to be submerged by seawater within 2 decades. Therefore, a forced migration of the Inuit will take place, making them become the world's first refugees caused by climate change. In the last 30 years, the temperature of the Alaska state in USA has increased by 4 degrees Celsius, resulting in melting of glaciers and rising of sea level. For example, a small island in Alaska has reduced to half of its original area, and many local Inuit villages will disappear soon. The Inuit said that global warming had caused bigger waves in the ocean and more serious soil erosion on land. Above all, catch of fish had been on the decrease year after year. The villagers were forced to move to other places, one after another. Their famous ice igloos are also disappearing, along with ice melting. This is the vehicle of the Inuit for transportation, a sledge driven by snow dogs. A wooden sledge, fastened together by interlocking joints without using a nail, is very durable. The size of a sledge is usually 3 meters long and 1 meter wide. By putting 2 sledges side by side, there will be sufficient space for 4 persons to sleep on. It is convenient for camping in the world of ice. There are 2 kinds of sledges. The first one is specifically designed for hunting and is driven by snow dogs in a fan-shaped arrangement. The other one is also driven by dogs in a long formation of 2 in a row. It is used by scientists to facilitate research expeditions through the woods. However, the first kind is probably no longer in use because hunting is increasingly difficult due to less and less animals living there. This is the Svalbard archipelago of Norway at latitude 78 degrees north. It is originally covered by snow throughout the year and is extremely unsuitable for growing plants, but there are plants everywhere now. As a large number of glaciers have melted, the snow-covered rocks at Greenland have become bare rocks which absorb heat easily, accelerating the melting of ice and snow as a vicious circle. During our expedition, we sometimes encountered polar bears at quite a few ice camps. It hardly happened in previous expeditions. Formerly, icebreakers could only reach out to places far away from the North Pole, and polar bears seldom appeared where ice was melting. Therefore, man-polar bear encounter was rare. Now, icebreakers can reach latitude 85 degrees north, and polar bears used to move southward for food during summertime. The recently rapid melting of sea ice in summer causes a great deal of ice breaking. As a result, the south-gone polar bears cannot make their way home and are forced to look for ways out on the ice floes. For the safety of our scientific researchers, we will send helicopters to drive away the polar bears that stay close to the ice camps. Sometimes we even fire shots for warning, but never for harming. Even if we do no harm to these animals, they are still on the verge of extinction. Being the world's largest predator on land, polar bears are only suitable for living in an extremely cold environment with their thick fur. Once the temperature rises to 10 degrees Celsius or above, they will die. The total number of polar bears is now only at about 25,000. If global warming continues or worsens, it is very likely that the king of the Arctic will disappear within this century. If a tough animal, like polar bears, cannot survive in the Arctic, then what will happen to other animals currently living actively there?